Kuan alcohol. So if I remember correctly, Mirror is not necessarily a Kuan that's going to swing into Aka early. I remember they were a little bit more, yeah, needle, counter poke. Nice, okay, got the counter hit there. Mm-hmm. Ooh, that is a good start. Frame kill. Nugget. Yep. We're gonna get rid of the, yeah, get rid of the charge. Ooh, I think that could have at least been an EX parry there. Plus frames. Miss the air unblockable. You can maybe spin two. Get the kill. Card cancel. Yep. Yep, we're just gonna wait. Nothing to do there. Yep. Nothing to do there. Plus frames. Yeah. Honestly, looking pretty good in this first round. Trade. Ooh. Able to jump through that. Ooh. Yeah, as expected, Duke's execution is really good. Yep. No bar. Yep. Backdash. That's gonna kill. Honestly, that's perfect offense. That's that is better offense than I would have been running. Shit. Game one, Duke. This is a quick start. Jay Mirror is going to take a little longer at the character select screen. Maybe we're going to see an adaptation where Mirror's going to aggress a little more. Yep. Okay. Early shield. Okay. Ooh. So that's A, B. That's A version, B version. Good block and shield on that. Maybe not the best CS there. Actually, not maybe. It is a bad CS. If you really want to, you can just spin your EX right there. Or you can dash block. But you need to make sure that you maintain this control. Everything can go downhill here. Because you're going to spend two resources at once. You are at 100, but this cycle is guaranteed for Mirror. Which means that there was agency, but looks like we're going to get the kill here. Things could have gotten a lot worse for you there, but that's good. Yep. Caught in movement. Empty mid, but got counter hit. Okay, boom. Very, yeah. Good shield. Alright, this is definitely not going to kill, but there's going to be a setup here. VO, okay. Back throw. You don't have to swing into this. Yep, we're out of here. Okay. Steer under, nice. Nice. Oh. Yo. Ah. Okay, so this is some momentum potentially for Mir. Honestly, Duke, you've been dominating this set so far. Got caught maybe trying to air throw that. Yeah. I could see things going downfield hill here. You have a CS situation. Back throw, okay. Yeah, just gonna mash with the CS. EX Fireball? EX Fireball, probably, right? Yeah, and you died for this. Alright, that could have been EX Tatu potentially, but either one, yeah. Uh-oh. Yep, Stinder. Yeah, 80. A flash, A flash. Alright, yeah. Also, this is the truest Akatsuki story ever. You're cooking someone for legit, like, a game and a half, and then everything goes wrong. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. So actually, we'll come back to this, but the backdash actually lost you the cycle there. You didn't have to do that. You would just hold. Yeah. So this allows Mirror to get an extra turn here. Yep. Keep in mind that you. What's up, DHD? Keep in mind that you passively gain grid for blocking. And so, especially around the end of the cycle, there's less of an incentive for someone who knows how the cycle works to string you up. Now, Mirror probably knew this. He had, or excuse me, they had to fight out of the corner here, but you could have just sat there. Okay, good tech. There we go. That stinks. Yeah, the last active frames pushed you out. Not too much. I mean, hindsight 2020 C Tatsu is really good here, but you know, it's hard to think that you wouldn't get this punish here. So, you know, that that's stinky. I would have probably done the same thing. I can't get mad at you. Now you're down. Yep. With punished. Yep. So again, we can go back here, especially if Mirror is going to go for force function pressure here rather than just waiting. Because like this is the critical error potentially for Mirror. Mirror is kind of assuming, oh, you want to move because this is near the end of the cycle. But the force function spin actually lost them the cycle. Because you're going to block whatever this is. Cycle is for you. Yeah, counter hit. Too high for advanced fireball. Spin one. Frame kill? Slight mistake, I guess. Nice, air throw. Yeah, you're not going to win this cycle, so it's better to just take it. Stinder, maybe? Okay, so this is more of a supposition. This is not me saying correct or incorrect here. However, I've run into this fighting against people. The decision making here, and again, this is going to be philosophy type stuff. There is, I think, little incentive not to Stinder here. You're already really behind on the cycle. So I think you want to get the best knockdown possible because next hit should kill. Even with this health, I think like a good hit, maybe this is like a throw and a hit, but like a better situation here rather than kind of a tumultuous one. Because like even this fireball, you have to accept this attack here. But you're not going to kill. There's still one more situation here. So here, this is still early. I would concentrate here. I think this is a concentrate rather than a setup. My thinking kind of, and this is like risk reward. I don't think this is correct or incorrect, but to me, I think I try to concentrate here. Force him to you know, have to notice that I'm going to play the cycle. Because that backdash lost you the cycle. And this is a meaty fireball, so he's going to get a block. Excuse me, they're going to get a block for this. Yeah, and then waiting here, maybe because charge isn't on the table, this is a spot decision. An assault might have been good, but yeah, got poked out. And so now you're a touch away from dying, I think. Stinder. Oh, this is the messed up setup. Yeah. Good block. All right, so you don't have to do anything, but you do have to hold this mix up. And that's game. Yeah, this is, this one's tough. I mean, maybe a guard cancel here gets you out. Yeah. That's really just like a setup thing. This was like a tournament winning setup, I think, for Mirror. So I think when I played against them the other day, this was like the first time I had seen that setup and I got hit by it. So I can't be mad at you. Really, the thing in this one is grid system decision making maybe could be improved, kind of along the lines that we're talking about, to hedge your bet. Although, you know, there are some situations like this one here where I think it's better to get your best knockdown possible, get a guaranteed frame kill or a guaranteed dash up wait scenario to bait a flash kick or to play that RPS. It's going to be weighted because no matter what knockdown you have here, they have CS on wake up. Like, this situation, in theory, I think is still slight advantage Kuon, because you almost essentially have to take this laser. Like, you can make a crazy soul read and like just dash 214 and send it, but like realistically speaking, maybe dash jump. Maybe dash jump seems really risky here because you can just get air unblockable. But yeah, I think like a knockdown decision could have probably been better made here. it did end up working out, sort of, until you backdash there. Actually, at this point, too, there are two avenues of thought that you could go for. Because we do have decision making based on Stinder. So I don't know if you knew. So if it's blue here, like the trail, the trail here, if it's blue, you're going to get grid for Stinder. This is about neutral. And then this is losing. So you lost the grid advantage that you had Stindering here. Abstractly speaking, I think right here, throw kills. So you could just Stinder here. Or you could maybe even Stinder the hit before this. But like, next thing kills. So throw kills, strike kills. Well, throw might not kill, but strike definitely kills. And you have the last, like, 15%, or excuse me, the last 25% of the cycle left. Yeah, it's weird. It was weirder previous to this version, but you actually have a obvious way to decide if you want to Stinder and like what sort of decisions that are going to come from that. So that's the mirror set. Honestly, you were beating the brakes off of them until a couple gaffes happened. All right. This is Brain. This is a matchup that I would say that I'm not great at, but I might be able to spitball a couple things. If I recall correctly, there's a fair amount of New York Auriers still. Maybe like one or two. Ooh, okay. First things first, matchup stuff. This is really bad from Brain. -11, so if you get second hit shield, you get a guaranteed 6/6C on no cancel here. This is a JA. This jump should never work. Like, there's no normal that I think she's going to be able to get out in time to stop you from meeting her air to air. Yeah, staying grounded on the anti-air, not really useful. In fact, we can kind of boot this up. So 1 second. I can walk you through this. This is one of my favorite matchups. Yeah, without meter, she just cannot do this. Yeah, she just literally cannot do that. Yeah, she just can't. That is objectively bad. She can't do that. But she can still throw off your timing if you're trying to catch her landing. Yeah. So. With meter, it gets a little stranger, but without meter, she just literally cannot do that. Nice, good backdash. Yeah, again here, doing grounded anti-air against Aurier, I don't think is great. It's better to either move with her movement forward, rather, not backwards, or just wait. Yeah. So she's going to try to bait an anti-air here because this is where 214C can fucking destroy you. But if you just dash, she has to land. Like, you can air unblockable or catch a landing or whatever there. There's nothing, like, she has to wait. I would suggest, generally speaking, that you should 1D right here. Gusida used to yell at me, you collect block here. Like, you just take your shield. Yep, good dash under there. Okay. Counter poke. Yeah. I would say, generally speaking, you need block stun to set a fireball against a character like Aurier. Raw fireball. Yeah, raw fireball from this distance. There are too many things, like 5B, jump out. Raw fireball's not good unless you have the estimated block stun from a previous fireball. It's better to just dash with that. Nice. And got the delay there. Stender, okay. I didn't know you were already up a game here. So, same thing here. Once this is out, this is a neutral jump JC. I mean, maybe she can do J2C to, like, protect herself in the air. But you don't have to dash under there. She used the resource. She can't EX cancel because Thanatos hasn't disappeared yet. So this is an air to air. Still got it though. 214C, yep. That's pretty expensive, but we'll take it. Nice, good slide in. Parry? Oh, yeah, that's good. I would have parried and died. Nice. Okay. Okay. Yeah, fuzzy. Not a great combo. Yeah. Good block. And punish. Oh, didn't know if you were going to have enough meter, right? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I missed game one, but I do want to show you something real quick. It certainly won't be ready for climax, but I would suggest upgrading your 2B combo. Oh, input it too late? Got you. I would practice this. And if you can get the close B here, 100% slide 2B. I would practice this combo. This combo is too useful. You can even use it off of this, but you probably want a Stinder here. Yeah. Specifically 2B though. Doesn't matter counter hit, non-counter hit. It just works. Just make sure that you confirm. I mean, you can do it off of far C. Like, let me see here. Oops, not this. There we go. You can do it off of this, it's just much harder. So, I would suggest this combo for you. All right. Tito. Oh, man, I am behind here. There we go. So what I remember about Tito is that he is definitely going to mash you. I think for Carmine, he's definitely a character that you want to Stinder as much as possible. Because, like, his backdash and, like, walk back 5B is really, really annoying. So let's see. Nice, 6-6C. I guess she just missed the confirm here. Okay. Nice. Nice. Good confirm. Oh. Wait a minute. I gotta steal that. That was sick. Hold on. I didn't know you could do that. Damn. Is that more than the combo that I do? Sorry, I gotta take a look at something. No, that is cool. No, that is a nice combo. I think it's about there. Hold on. It's the starter here. Did you use 6-6C here? I don't think you used 6-6C there. I think this was just dash 5B. Yeah, it's just dash 5B. Okay. $36.50. Probably more. Yeah, probably more. Nah, that is a nice setup. Okay, I like that. Yeah. I think maybe... Sorry, let me see something. Yeah, I know. I'm checking something real quick. Checking a hypothesis here. Out here. Yeah, trying to think. I don't think that there's anything I could have done here. Let's see. 36, 35. Yeah. Okay, it's worse. Got it. Cool, 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 cool. Probably want to learn a variation of that. Nice freeze, question mark? There we go. Alright. Yep. Frame kill. Ooh! Oh, would have loved a CS there, but... Yep. Nice. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Good tech. Yeah, side switch. Okay. Okay. Ooh. Yep. One bar. Oh, okay, that works. That's game one. Okay. Nice. Okay. Gotta be careful here. There you go. Plus frame. Yeah. Got caught in Euros there. DP. Oh. EX parry might have worked too. Okay. This is still fine situation. Yep. Okay. CS. IW. Yep. A lot of meter on Tito's side. Yeah, 214A whiff. Got hit with the joust. Huh? 1, 2, 2. Okay, missed the fuzzy. Nice throw. Yep. Okay, so I'm not good at this, but I'm just going to kind of couch what I've seen from other Akkas. I would not input any, like, I would buffer super, but I would not input it until you see a flash. Because that fireball, like, you don't have to spend any meter here. Now, technically, you can't throw any fireball. Yeah, he's gonna... Nice tech. Missed the parry. Alright, this stinks. 1, 2. Yep. I didn't see a counter, so I think that hit a dash block. Yeah, hit a dash block and now you're behind. Still winnable. You're still in set point. Nice parry. Okay. So let's look at this here. We could maybe get a little bit more out of this. I don't know. We'll take a quick look in training mode here. Okay. Let's go to Carmine. That was a good reaction, though. Oh, Carmine is back this way. There we go. Go. That one doesn't look right. That looks right. Okay. Yeah, I would probably do something like this. Pretty basic. So you get the guaranteed meaty there. I don't think parry into Stinder by itself works. I think maybe there was like a kind of weird height thing, but you still should get the stand parry, or you still should get the punch parry. In theory, you maybe could do something like that, but either way, that 2-1-4 should work. Especially, so the reason why I specified that is doing a mid screen here to try to bait something. Just take your corner positioning, because now you're in the corner, and he punished that. You want to make sure that you use the wall. Because, like, Carmine is probably going to try to gamble here. Okay. Nice! Probably supposed to be 6-6B, maybe? That was a good 6-6C, though. Got caught. Never mind, that's good. Nice. Okay. Honestly, that was a weird situation, but I think I kind of... Oh! Oh my god, no, dude, no! So, if there's a guess that I have here, because I do a setup version of this in the corner, this was probably supposed to be a delay CS. I have to imagine. That was probably either supposed to be a delay CS or a delay super, because the fireball was still out on the screen. It had not yet dissipated off screen. Or it could be an execution error. Now here, actually, if I'm going to be completely honest with you, this right here, this is where Stinder is perfect. This right here is where you do Stinder 2-1-4A over. Like right here. You're going to get more grid. The combo is going to build you near 100. You get a guaranteed Tatsu CS. Like, this is where Stinder to keep the corner is like perfect. Like, you probably beat Tito if you do that right here. Now here it's too late. So you actually lost some grid here. And you built the bar for him. So this last hit is going to put him over 100. Honestly, the weird part is you didn't get punished, so apparently you could have teched that. Yeah, he tried to press something. Don't know why. You're not going to kill off of this. I don't know why he did that. Honestly, Tito kind of threw because he should have just 2-2C'd you. Yeah. 2-2C, I think, flat out catches you, and he's going to get the next cycle. That's unfortunate. The pushback from IC Fireball, then you were just a little late, and now you lose. 1-1. All right. 1-1. That's fine. Nice, good punish. Side switch. Okay. Parry that. Okay, you got to do a combo off of this. You're actually losing out on how much damage here? Yeah, you're losing out on minimum 400. I would say like a bad combo would get you to 1900. You need to actually do a parry combo. If you're gonna do it, don't Stinder because, you know, obviously you're not gonna, like, the meter doesn't matter because you just CS'd, but you have to do a parry combo here. Nice throw. Eee. So if you didn't press anything, you probably got the cycle here. Yeah, but you got counter hit, so you tried to throw, and now cycle for him. Uh-oh, okay. He does have CS, though. Yeah, I don't love that setup, to be honest. No tech. Nice. Please finish this. There we go. All right, set point again. Nice. Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay, yep. Ooh! Oh my god, he should lose. You get the setup of your choice. He's not dead? Oh! Oh my god. I'm gonna take a look at something. Sorry. Where is this health value at? You're about 45. Oh, wrong one. Yeah, he was dead. He was flat dead. Carmine, I think, was at 45%, not 40%. But if we look at this and then kind of swap that, it's not quite 50%, but it's close enough. He is dead. I was wondering if you had to do sumo ender or if you had to do a modified setup, but you were about to win the cycle, so yeah, that that was a set right there. Oh boy, that stinks. Been there though. 1, 2. This is honestly throw kill. Guard cancel. Yep. Oh, even a shield there gets that. This is counter poke, so force trade kills. Oh. Now you have no resources. Nice. Good dash. Air throw. Be careful. Nice. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is still so winnable, dude. Oh my god. Yeah, no micro dash. Oh no. Yeah. You tilted. It's over. It's over. It's over. It's over. Yep. Assault starter. Game over. Oh my god, brother. Oh my god. Damn, you could have killed Philly by yourself. Well, a good portion of Philly. Yeah, so well, Choke Artist is also East Coast, but uh I would say very minor combo adjustment. Primarily you need to understand how your combos and hits influence the cycle. Yeah, Silicon's really good. Like he probably would have he probably would have cooked you, but nah, for Mirror and Tito, that's certainly doable. I would have liked to see you play Gary too. I think Gary has your number currently, but Gary also seems beatable as far as what I remember watching you play. But yeah, cycle decision making, even like your meter decision making wasn't bad. Like I maybe like EX choices potentially, but the decision making with your meter I think was fine. Uh I would revisit and do some drills about Stinder theory. The kind of nice thing about Akatsuki's Ender theory is, unlike before, you do have like guaranteed hard knockdown stuff. Now you might lose out on damage because Air Throw Ender, doesn't allow you the later extensions. You have to do it unless you specifically know how you have to route into stuff. You have to cut some combos short. But I mean, you have meaties, you have traps. It really just seems like the system decision making is where you're lacking right now. Maybe some matchup related stuff, but uh, Brain is like New Jersey, and you guys, I don't know if Jay Won the Skate plays anymore, but you're probably a lot more advanced in Under Night than he is. And PlayStation, I don't think has a ton of Auriers. So, yeah. It's probably just matchup infamiliarity. Your dash blocks and stuff are like significantly better than mine. So, I honestly think your defense to offense is good. Cycle decision making, I think, is the breaking point between players at around the level that you and Tito and like Miller, or not Miller, but Mirror have. So, I think rather than making it super complicated, Duke, what you're gonna want to do is just train yourself. Where you are, there we go. Train yourself to look at the combo bar. I don't need a combo anymore. So we're gonna do like a pretty typical clear B&B, and we'll kind of break this down. So right here, you're not neutral. Once I do that 2C, it's over. The other thing is, if you're not super comfortable paying a lot of attention to cycle stuff, I would say, where are you? About here, about 70% is where I think you are going to want to put in your head a decision that you're going to make. Like take stock of the cycle, kind of think about like, do I really want to keep attacking into this or not? So like the three things I would say to take away for system stuff is figure out when Stinder is actually going to either be net neutral or grid based, and do your ender based off of that. Pay attention to cycle primarily around 70%, or 9 o'clock if you're using a clock. And then the last thing is just remember that blocking or attacking into a block builds meter for the opponent, or you know, relative to your position or whatever. There we go. So, especially if you're looking at end of cycle, so like let's even go at 80%. You now, just by swinging 3 attacks, are losing the cycle. You can wait, or you can, you know, try to do an OS crush, but you're going to probably want to abort out of like a really long string, unless you know like your opponent isn't going to press anything. So like this is maybe fine, and then just wait, or dash and wait. At this point, you're scouting. This is also for myself because I'm very bad at this. The top level players of this game are very good at this, and I am not so good at this. But with how the dichotomy changes at the end of the cycle now, and because blocking attacks builds cycle for that, then yeah, like you're gonna want to pause a little bit, because even 2 attacks are building stuff for that. You can maybe hide a throw into this, but even, you know, like let's say we do we want them to tech. Yeah, we'll do a 50-50 shot here. Is that really a 50-50 shot? There we go. So now you've lost the cycle. Even this OS crush will lose you the cycle. So if there is one thing that I would say, you know, sometimes people treat reductively assault now. This by itself, I think, gives a reason for assault to happen. What's up? Yeah, so like this find itself means that assault is like good. If you think someone is just going to accept an attack, assault, whether it's empty assault or whatever, very, very useful. Because if you do even like TK Fireball, oh wow, I guess that pushed back a little bit. They do need to shield that. So like OS Crush here seems fine. If they shield this, you lose the cycle. OS Crush here with this. Yeah, I think even this is a little bit rough. There are people who will fuzzy mash here, and so like you can kind of play an RPS around that. But, you know, I think paying attention to that. TK Fireball is nice. The hard part is... Actually, no, there really is no hard part. If they shield it, you might, you know, lose to like Izumi, I guess. We'll take a look at her. I wonder if she can actually punish that. But I know I was having a conversation with somebody earlier today where they were like, oh, you know, Japanese soldiers still fighting, you know, the war after 27 years, but it was like assault as an OS crush. But I mean, assault being blocked and not shielded is still, I think, a slight advantage to the attacker. So, you know, cycle math, it's probably fine. What was I gonna do? I think it was like well, let me make sure I go to Izumi here. I need her to 5A, and I'm going to shield. So, oops. Nope. Okay. Yeah. So fuzzy mash here, little dangerous, but you can still make something happen here. I was really afraid that you had to worry about that, but you don't. So, nice. This is good to know because I didn't know that, but yep. Well, I think that's a different thing, Ohiki. Yeah, a shield here does lose you the cycle, even after blocking here, unless you know, shield back. But, you know, this is where empty. Yeah, even that, you're going to have to be cognizant about this. Shield kind of messes up that dynamic. Yeah. But shield is a huge risk here. So there is that. And if they crouch shield, it's like, you know. If they crouch shield, they die. Yeah, I think that covers it. Wow, that was an hour already?